All right, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about my latest purchase. This is a 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser. This is going to be the first edition. I've owned it for a few weeks, and I'm going to give you guys, because I know a lot of people want to know this, what's the pros and cons of owning this vehicle. Now, this car cost me over $90,000, and I'll tell you why it costs that much in a minute. All right, so just for reference really quickly, right now the car is at 850 miles. We're averaging about 19.4 mpg. It's more like 20 mpg, especially when I get on a highway. And this is going to be that first edition. Okay, so let's go and talk about the pros and cons. And I'm going to try to keep this just really, really brief. So the first thing I'll start off at is with the cons of this car. And because some of these cons also falls into the pro also. So the first thing up is the price tag. Now, how much did I pay for this? Well, remember something. The highness of a price or the cost of something is relative to something else. So this car was $77,000 sticker price, and that seems like a lot, and it was a lot. And then the dealer charged me $8,500. Now, yes, don't comment. I know I'm an idiot to pay it. Markup. So that plus taxes, this is New York, so that plus 8-9% sales tax. This car was way over $90,000. Now if you're saying that's a lot, well, compared it to its competitor, basically the same car with a different engine, was the GX550 Over Trail Plus. That's what this is really comparable to, because this model comes stacked with everything from rock rails to the rack at the top, all the luxury interior features. It's basically checks every box when you was to buy one of these. So it's like top of the line model. So this really compares to a GX5. See, if you look at it that way, with the markup, it's basically the same price as a GX550 Over Trail Plus. Now, that's the con, all right? The price tag is definitely a con. Another con that I have of this car is the loud engine. Now, the engine is a pro because it's decently good on gas. I used to own, last year, I got rid of a GX460. And that car, the gas was terrible. Oh my God, it was horrible. This one, 20 miles per gallon, 21, sometimes 22 on a highway. It's not bad at all. I can't complain. But one thing that I don't like about this car is that engine. That engine just sounds like it's struggling, but it's not. It's fast. I said this pro. One thing that's a pro and a con is the damn engine. It is fast. For something as big and boxy like this, it has decent amount of speed, but the sound of that, it just sounds like it's struggling. Now, my wife has a Q5, and that I believe is I think that's a 4-cylinder too. And it's not a hybrid, but it doesn't sound like it's gonna break. This engine sounds like it's gonna break, and it screams pretty loud. So definitely something I don't like. Another con of this car that's beginning to really drive me crazy that I never thought about was how small the gas tank is. This gas tank is, I believe it's like 15-16 gallons in there, because almost every week I have to put gas in this thing. I put gas in it maybe 4 times already. I believe 4 or 5 times already since owning it. And I realized that after owning it just for a few days, I really had to put gas in it. So they need to make a bigger gas tank. Hopefully an extended tank will come out at some point. That's definitely one of the things. Another thing I don't like is going to be the rise floor. And I'm not going to do a review and show you all around the car. There's a lot of videos that has that. One of the things is the rise. So I do camping, and depending on how bad it gets, you may sleep in the car. But one thing that's a con that I knew before I bought it, and the GX has the same problem also, was the floor is not leveled. I was really thinking about buying a Defender over this, but I just couldn't deal with the reliability. If you saw that Cadillac Escalade video I did a few years ago, I just couldn't deal with the reliability issue. So I said, you know what? That's why I ended up with the GX460. Then I got rid of that, got this. And, I don't want to deal with reliability issue anymore. So, by the way, no issues with the GX. Great car. Now, cons of the pros of this car. Well, there's quite a lot. First of all, the engine is snappy. It is fast. Even though I don't like the sound of it, I love the engine. Another pro of this car is the looks. The main reason I think you would buy a Land Cruiser over the GX is the look. not the Land Cruiser, the one with the LED square lights, the round lights. I bought this car and I spent $8,000 more than I should have spent for the simple fact because I love the look of it. The first edition, especially with that roof rack. I love vintage looking SUVs, and this doesn't look like it belongs in this era. This looks like it belongs something out of 1950s. Like, it basically is like a 1950s, 60s SUV with amazing technology. That's the main reason. Now, the main difference between this and that GX550 is going to be that the GX550 tows 9,000 pounds. This tows 6,000 pounds. I still have my Ram 1500. I would never tow with this. First of all, I really don't trust these skinny off-road vehicles to tow with. If I'm towing a trailer, I'm going to use the Ram. I think they're big, they're heavy, and they can hold it well. If you're towing on a small vehicle like these, wind, especially that trailer moves, you're going to feel it. With that Ram, you feel nothing. That thing is made to tow. I have a Ram 1500 Longhorn, still love that car. So, great con of this car, you know what, going back to that GX550 really quickly, the main reason to buy the GX550 over this car would be that V6, it tows more, and its looks. The main reason to buy this is maybe you want to save that gas. I don't know, it's, you're going to spend 80, 90 grand anyhow. And of course the looks. So another great pro of this car is this drive assist system. I love the drive. This is Toyota Sense, something like that, 3.0, and my God, this thing basically self-drives. Like, I was driving it down the highway. All you gotta do is just touch the wheel, hold the wheel, it drives, it changes lanes. It doesn't have auto lane changes, but if you put the turn signal, it'll change lanes for you. It does really well. I love those kinds of features. The technology is amazing. And one of the main things that I love, I can't do touchscreen BS. I hate touchscreen. One of the main reasons that I bought this car over that Lexus is because in the Lexus, a lot of the stuff is integrated into the screen. In this car, not so much. The entire things that we use a lot, the climate controls are buttons. Let me show that. Here you go, buttons. You guys see that? But in the GX550, it's not buttons. All right, it is touchscreen. I hate that. I know there's a knob to turn. I hate anything on the touchscreen. All right, so that's another main reason I got this. Now, some of this video, should you get this car? Yes, if you like the looks, if maybe you value the name. I kind of value. I've always wanted a Land Cruiser, but I could have bought one a few years ago when I got the GX. Last year when I got GX, but you know. If you want something, the 1958, if you're going to spend about 60,000, 65, close to 70 grand on the current ones, the ones coming out now, 1958, the Land Cruiser, you may want to consider that GX. Why get the Land Cruiser? Well, this thing, I test drove a GX550, by the way. This one here feels quicker. It is better looking than the GX, in my opinion. No stupid touchscreen BS that nobody wants. More manual control. The car feels more manual than that GX. And it's going to be a little bit cheaper than the GX. I'm an idiot, all right? I'm a certified idiot. I spent more money than the GX would cost. But this is a first edition, and almost every dealer was marking it up in my neighborhood. Some people wanted 15 grand more, all right? So some people want a lot more than the actual price tag. All right, hopefully you guys found this video informative, and subscribe to the channel. I'll do more videos. I know I haven't made video in a long time. We made the video on that S-Class. I did replace that S-Class with the S-Class I said I didn't like, which was going to be the new S-Class. I got a 2022 S-Class over that one. I'll do a video on that. That car is a complete utterly disaster. I'll do a video on that. If there's any updates on this Land Cruiser, no reliability issues at all so far. It is reliable at 850 miles. No issues there, but if it is, I'll let you guys know. And I'll see you in the next video.